Hello, welcome back to Laptop Trader channel. Again, I'm here to share my trading experiences and give back to stock, maybe one video at a time. Again, this channel is for newer traders, and anything discussed is not trading or investing advice, but my opinion. My email contact is laptoptraderphil@gmail.com. Again, this video is for information only. Please protect yourself at all times. Invest in yourself, then invest in the markets, and we talk about investing in yourself on this channel and how to create confidence. We already did our August video. Again, this is just more disclaimer. I just want to get to a few charts, a quick market update, because we did have some increased volatility here, I believe 3 weeks ago. I can show you guys that on the volatility index, otherwise known as the VIX. Okay. Currently, we're at 1422, which is below, average volatility. Quite low volatility. Actually, just made a new low. But a few weeks ago, it kind of spiked up to. You can see it started moving up, and the volatility index is kind of like a mirror. It just reflects the volatility of the market. It doesn't predict anything. But you can see volatility got up to 17. Anything over 20 is kind of elevated volatility, and you can see here back in the first week of August, we had elevated volatility at over 21.90. And then it's slowly moved down since then. So this is an environment right now that we're in that is actually fairly bullish. And how do I know that? I know that because if we look at a weekly chart of these major indexes like the S&P 500, we just made a new high this week. And indexes don't move like individual stocks, but it's an average of the group of stocks. So, a busy day or a busy week, you may get a 1% move in a day would be a significant move up or down. And you can see on this chart, 4 weeks ago, we closed with a red week or a red bar. And that sent a little bit of fear into the markets as far as, can this market go higher? And can this market still be a bullish market? And the answer to that is clearly yes, because we just made a new high this week in the S&P 500. So that's still bullish. Market's making new highs. Up this week 1.54%. That's still a bullish environment. We're still making new all-time highs. Same with the NASDAQ index. Made a new high last week. This week we did have some selling, but we ended the week with a bottoming tail. You can see that there. Equally weighted Qs made a new high 4 weeks ago and has slowly been inching up since then. IWM is starting to get up near its all-time highs, so that's bullish. The Dow Jones Industrials did make a new high this week, so that's also bullish for industrial stocks, large companies. And the weakest of them all is probably the transport index, which is pretty flat over the last couple of years, but the trend in this index has been up here since April. So all-time highs in that were 75.59, and we closed this week at 72.70. So if transports can continue this move up and start making new highs, that is also bullish for the markets. So that's just a few things I want to share with you. Mid-cap stocks, similar picture. And small cap index, similar picture, okay? And what was it? I was also going to share with you guys. Oh, next month, I want to share with you. Next month, we are going to discuss for September, where does confidence come from? How do you create confidence in your trading? What does it take to get confidence and maintain that confidence? So that's going to be September's discussion topic: confidence in trading if we look at some of my holdings, I can give you guys here just a few trade ideas as far as giving back for individual stocks. So again, we're in a bullish environment. Some groups will be moving up and some won't. But for whatever reason right now, cannabis stocks are starting to move. And this company, ACB, kind of moved up. It had the kind of this double bottom. Here's a bottom. Here's the little slightly higher low, and then it kind of moved up, pulled back, and has a little bit of a buy set up there. And these are not trading recommendations, but these are just ideas, okay? Not a great looking chart, but slowly moving up. The other indexes as far as cannabis go have had a decent move up this month. But this had kind of this cup where it came up here and it just failed. And now it's kind of rebuilding. So this was kind of a damaged stock. But that has slightly moved up here over the last month. Grove is still kind of this bottoming pattern. Actually, let's look at some weekly charts. Weekly, I think, sometimes easier to look at, but again, still a bottoming pattern. Grove, UPS is still in a downtrend. So here's a company when it comes to relative strength. This is a weak company, right? Even though it's a large company, it has not participated in the move up since April and has not participated in overall bullishness with the market. So this is a relative weakness. And how the CEO still has their job is beyond me. But so that isn't a downtrend. So I would stay away from that. Pfizer Pharmaceuticals have slowly started to make a turn. Pfizer's been beaten up pretty good, but it looks like potential bottoming pattern on Pfizer. NASDAQ, the company, just made a new high last week, so that's, kind of made a pullback here to kind of this key moving average. So if that could flip back up, I think that would be a general good idea. Symbol NDAQ. Uber, again, made a new high about 6 weeks ago. And you can just see where this was in this big sideways trend. Made a new high here. Higher low, higher high. Looks like a higher low. So Uber is trending up. I think that's a good idea. Gold miners, as the price of gold has continued to move up over the past couple of years, gold miners have benefited from that price improvement in gold, and new high this week in gold miners, symbol GDX. Space exploration has been a popular theme, and this is one company in that space, Mercury Systems. A little bit extended right now, made a new high last week, inside bar this week, and either that can come back and test this area as a buying opportunity, or it may just continue higher, but it's a little bit extended right now. I've been involved in that for, I believe, about 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm showing a profit on that one. But watch, there's other companies in that space. I think Rocket Labs is in that space. There's others. As far as space exploration goes, a lot of the companies that participate in that have been bullish. I wouldn't recommend that. Wouldn't recommend that one. When it comes to quantum computing, AI stocks, that has been a very popular theme over the last couple of years. This is definitely volatile. IonQ Inc. So we had this big move up, kind of sold off quite a bit, kind of moved up, didn't make a new high, but now you can see prices starting to tighten up in here. This week we've got kind of this gap down bottoming tail. If that could reverse up and get over this area, I like IonQ, but those have definitely been sold a little bit recently. Same with QBTS, D-Wave Quantum, kind of maintain this range up here. You can just see there's the top of the range and bottom of the range. If that could get up over these highs again, I think that's a definite theme to watch. Rigetti Computing, another one. This is one I like, Money Hero. Had an IPO back in 2023, sold off. Went to stage one, has recently kind of moved up. So we kind of have this low level, this bottoming area, and then it kind of moved up to a new level. So I like this going forward. Money Hero Limited, symbol MNY. Block. symbol XYZ, kind of this, sold off, kind of making this cup, a little bit of a handle here. Generally, you want a cup and handle kind of come up towards the highs and then give you the handle up there, but this would be an early entry if you like block. They have pretty good fundamentals. I like that company. AI, another theme, recently has been selling off, but here's one to watch for potential idea. BBAI stands for Big Bear AI Holdings. Here's a gold company I own, Kinross Gold. With home builders has been another area recently that has been starting to move up. So I decided to get involved in, I don't know if it's still the largest real estate website in the world, but it's a very large, Zillow Group. You can see it has this nice big, curve up, starting to get up near its highs. So if Zillow, I've got early entry in here in this area. If that could get over its highs, stocks, just like indexes making new highs. When stocks start making new highs, there's little to no resistance for them to go higher. So I like Zillow Group here. Another AI stock, T-Stamp, fairly cheap stock, penny stock, but I've got a very small position in that. SuperX AI, I'm currently own that. It's a hold. It's really extended. I would not buy it here. It's way too extended to take a new position in SuperX. But if it should pull back significantly, that could give a better entry. But right now would not be a good entry. But I am involved in that one in a small way. The dollar store companies, Dollar Tree and Dollar General, have had a decent year so far. We'll see if they can continue that. Right now it's consolidating. I would watch for this earnings report on Dollar General and Dollar Tree. If they have earnings coming up, should be pretty soon, maybe the next week or two. But if we get a spike up on earnings, I would definitely consider getting involved in Dollar General and Dollar Tree because it just seems like these stores are popular. So that's why I'm involved in that. Webel Corp, bottoming pattern. That'd be a very early speculative type of stock play with a bottoming pattern with the potential to move back up somewhere between where it's at now and $80 a share. So I'm looking for, if that does start moving up, that could be a significant nice risk to reward play in that one. And LPG, this has to do with natural gas or propane gas, and that has been a nice little uptrend here. And not a bad place to get involved. We got this nice area, this vacuum area here of space for price to move up into. Another AI stock sold off this week. But if these AI stocks can recover, they definitely have a nice risk to reward. 10-cent music. Here's one that I don't know if they're still talking about this on the news or not, but nice move up in 10-cent music to all-time highs last week. So these are just the areas I'm involved in. I'm sharing with you guys. Evolve Technologies, which has to do with future type transportation, uptrend, right? New high last week. So again, the thing to look for is stocks making new highs in a bullish environment. Those are good opportunities. Anyway, I thought I'd give back to you guys here. I think that's enough. Again, September's topic will be confidence in trading. I'll be on vacation next week. And if you have any questions, I'll get to them after that. So have a good summer. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you in September. Goodbye.